Hey there, my friend. Let me ask you something honestly. Have you ever wanted to say something in English, but your mouth just froze? You knew the words in your head. You even practiced them. But the moment came, and silence. Your heart beat faster. Your mind went blank. And you just stood there, scared, embarrassed, maybe even ashamed. If this has happened to you, please listen carefully. You are not alone. In fact, this fear of speaking English is one of the most common fears in the world today. Even people who are really good at grammar and vocabulary still hesitate, still feel nervous, still hold back. But here's the good news. This fear can be overcome completely. And in this video, we're going to talk about how, step by step, with real strategies, honest examples, and powerful mindset shifts. So relax. Take a deep breath. This is going to be a long, meaningful conversation. And by the end, I promise you'll walk away with real confidence in your heart. Why do we fear speaking English? Let's start by understanding where the fear comes from, because fear is never random. It has roots. Here are the most common reasons people feel afraid to speak English. Fear of making mistakes. You think, what if I say something wrong? What if people laugh? So instead of trying, you stay quiet. Fear of being judged. You imagine others are listening to your grammar, your accent, your vocabulary, and you feel small. You don't want to look foolish. Fear of forgetting words. You worry, what if I get stuck mid-sentence and don't know how to continue? So you say nothing at all. Bad past experiences. Maybe someone laughed at your English before, or a teacher scolded you, or you couldn't answer a question in class. And now your mind remembers the pain and tries to protect you from it by avoiding speaking again. Low self-confidence overall. Some people struggle with confidence in general, not just in English. Speaking a new language just adds to that pressure. Sound familiar? If even one of these feels like you, then I want to tell you, you're not broken, you're human, and you can train your brain to let go of this fear, step by step. Step 1. Change your mindset about mistakes. Let me tell you something powerful. Mistakes are not your enemy. They are your teacher. Think about how children learn language. They say wrong things all the time, but no one laughs at them. In fact, adults feel proud when kids try to speak. So why don't we give ourselves the same kindness? Every time you make a mistake in English, your brain learns something. You improve, you grow. But when you stay silent, you learn nothing. Remember, the people who become fluent fastest are the people who make the most mistakes. They try, they fall, they get back up. So instead of thinking, what if I make a mistake? Ask yourself, what will I learn if I try? That mindset will change everything. Step 2. Stop trying to speak perfect English. This is a big one. Many learners think they must speak English like a native speaker, fluent, fast, accent-free, and grammatically perfect. But that's a myth. The truth is, you don't need perfect English to communicate. You need clear, simple English. Let me give you an example. Native speaker. Oh, hey, I was just wondering if you could maybe help me out with something I've been working on lately. Learner. with confidence. Can you help me? I am working on something. Guess what? Both sentences mean the same thing, but one is complex. The other is simple and effective. So don't aim for perfect. Aim for clear. Aim for real. And most importantly, aim for communication, not perfection. Step 3. Practice speaking in safe spaces. One big reason people fear speaking English is because they only try to speak in high-pressure moments. At a job interview, in front of a class, or with strangers. That's like trying to swim for the first time in the deep ocean. Of course, you'll panic. So what's the solution? Create safe spaces for daily speaking practice. Here are some ideas. Talk to yourself in English in your room, in the mirror, while walking, while cooking. Describe what you're doing. Talk about your day. No pressure. Record your voice. Speak about a topic, then listen. This builds confidence and lets you hear your own progress. Join small, friendly conversation groups. There are online apps like HelloTalk, Tandem, or Speaky, where you can talk with learners just like you. No judgment, just practice. Speak with AI tools. Yes, even speaking with apps like me, ChatGPT, can help. Ask questions, get feedback, build fluency. Remember, before you speak confidently in public, you must speak confidently in private. That's how confidence is built. Slowly, safely, daily. Step 4. Build speaking muscles with small challenges. Think of English speaking like a muscle. You can't lift 100 kilograms on day 1. You start with 2 kilograms, 5 kilograms, then 10 kilograms. Same with English. Start with tiny speaking challenges every day. Here's a list of small, powerful tasks. Say 5 English sentences aloud every morning. Talk about your daily routine out loud. Introduce yourself in English, even when alone. Describe one object around you. Tell a short story from your day. These micro-tasks feel small, but they build fluency fast. Every word you speak is one step closer to confidence. And when you complete these little challenges, your brain gets proof. I can speak English. And this slowly destroys fear. Step 5. Surround yourself with English positivity. Fear often grows when we're surrounded by pressure or negativity. But when you create an environment filled with English encouragement, your mindset shifts. Here's how to do that. Follow English learning creators on YouTube, Instagram, or podcasts. Join supportive Facebook groups or WhatsApp study groups. Change your phone and app language to English. Watch English movies with subtitles. Repeat the lines. Read simple English books or articles every day, even just 5 minutes. And here's something even more powerful. Find one English-speaking friend or partner who supports you. When someone talks to you with kindness and patience, your fear fades. Language grows in connection, not isolation. Step 6. Focus on progress, not perfection. Here's a deep truth that I hope you'll always remember. Fear grows in silence. Confidence grows in effort. Don't measure your success by fluency. Measure it by daily courage. Did you try to speak today? Did you say one full sentence out loud? Did you express your thoughts, even with mistakes? That's progress. That's real success. Keep a little notebook or journal and write. Today, I said this in English. Today I felt nervous, but I still spoke. Today I learned this new phrase. Your fear will shrink every time you prove to yourself, I'm trying. Step 7. Rewire your mind with visualization. This is a powerful but often ignored technique. If your brain constantly imagines you failing, forgetting words, or being embarrassed, guess what? You'll feel fear. But if you train your mind to visualize success, your confidence will grow. Each day, close your eyes for 2 minutes. Imagine this. You're speaking English with someone. You're calm, you're smiling. The person is listening. You forget a word, but you handle it smoothly. You laugh. You continue. You feel proud. This small mental exercise creates new patterns in your brain, and slowly your brain stops fearing English and starts trusting you. Step 8. Use silence as power, not panic. A big fear when speaking English is silence. You say a few words, then forget something, and silence comes. You panic. You feel embarrassed. You freeze. But here's a mindset shift. Silence is not failure. Silence is thinking. Even native speakers pause, say, and search for words. That's normal. So the next time you go blank, breathe. Smile. Use these simple phrases to stay calm. Let me think. How do I say this? What's the word? Oh, yes. These keep the conversation going and show confidence. Remember, it's okay to be slow. It's okay to pause. What matters is you keep going. Real life example, Maria's story. Let me tell you a quick story about someone just like you. Her name is Maria. She's from Brazil. She learned English for 5 years but never spoke it. She was always afraid. She thought, I sound stupid. My accent is bad. People will judge me. Then one day, she decided to face the fear. She started speaking 1 sentence per day, just to herself. She joined a small speaking club on Zoom. She wrote in her journal, Today I said I like coffee in English. And after 3 months, she recorded her first voice message to a friend. Then she joined an English interview. She was nervous, but she did it. Today, Maria speaks English confidently. Not perfectly, but clearly. And most importantly, she's free from fear. Her secret, daily courage, not talent, not perfection, just consistent bravery. And you can do the same. Let's go deeper. What's really behind the fear? Sometimes, the fear of speaking English is not just about the language. It's about how we see ourselves. You might say, I'm not smart enough to speak well. My accent sounds funny. I'm too old to learn now. I always forget the right words. I'm shy, so English is not for me. Let me stop you right there, my friend. These are not facts. They are stories you're telling yourself. And like all stories, they can be changed. If a baby can go from crying to full conversation by just listening, copying, and trying, then you, with your adult brain, your heart, your goals, you absolutely can speak English. But it starts with changing the story from, I'm bad at English, to, I'm learning English, I'm improving every day. From, people will laugh at me, to, people will listen to me, and even if I make mistakes, they'll see my effort. From, I'm too nervous, to I'm brave enough to try. Because fear feeds on self-doubt, but confidence grows when you start speaking with self-kindness. Powerful practice tools that actually work. Let's talk about some practical speaking tools you can start using today. These are real, proven methods to overcome your fear and build fluency naturally. 1. Shadowing practice. Pick a short video or audio clip, 1 to 2 minutes. Play it sentence by sentence. Repeat after the speaker exactly, copying tone, rhythm, and pronunciation. This builds muscle memory and boosts your speaking confidence. You can use TED Talks, podcasts, YouTube lessons, short movie scenes. It might feel silly at first, but trust me, this method transforms your fluency fast. 2. Mirror speaking. Every day, stand in front of a mirror and speak for 2 minutes. Talk about what you did today, how you feel, what your plans are. Look yourself in the eyes and speak, even if it's simple. This does 2 things. It removes your fear of being watched. It builds a habit of natural expression. Your brain starts to say, speaking English is normal for me. 3. Video diary. Start a private video diary on your phone. Each day, talk for 1 to 3 minutes about something you learned, a small story, a goal, or dream. Don't worry about mistakes. Just speak from the heart. Later, rewatch your videos. You'll be shocked how much you grow in just 30 days. Simple phrases to build. Speaking confidence. When you're nervous, it helps to have go-to phrases that keep your words flowing. Here are some friendly, everyday phrases you can use in conversations. When you don't know a word, I don't know the exact word, but it's like, let me explain it in another way. It's similar to, when you need time to think, let me think for a second. That's a good question. Give me a moment. When you make a mistake. Oops, sorry, I wanted to say, let me correct myself. These small phrases help your brain relax. They fill the silence, and they show you're confident and in control, even when you make a mistake. What not to do when overcoming fear. Here are some common habits that slow down your progress or make fear worse. 1. Don't apologize too much. Many learners say, sorry, my English is bad at the start. Please stop that. You are not bad. You are learning. Be proud of that. Instead, say, I'm learning English. Thank you for your patience. That's confidence. 2. Don't compare yourself. You might look at others and think, wow, she speaks so well. I'll never be like that. But remember, you're seeing their chapter 20 and comparing it to your chapter 2. Everyone learns at a different pace. The only person you need to compete with is yesterday's you. 3. Don't wait for the perfect time. Don't say, I'll speak when I'm ready. You get ready by speaking, even if it's messy, even if it's just one word. Start now. Bonus. Emotional exercises to kill. Fear. Sometimes, fear is not logical. It lives in your chest, your heart, your body. So let's do some quick emotional resets. Breathe before you speak. Before you say anything in English, take a deep breath. Inhale for 4 seconds. Hold for 4 seconds. Exhale slowly. Say to yourself, I'm calm. I'm ready. I can do this. This instantly calms your nerves and helps your voice come out smoothly. Smile. Even if you don't feel confident, smile while speaking. It relaxes your body, your face, and even your voice. People respond better too, making you feel more accepted. Power posing. Before a conversation, stand like a superhero. Shoulders back, chin up, hands on hips. This body position tells your brain, I'm strong, I'm capable. It might sound funny, but it really works. Many public speakers and actors use this before going on stage. Your long-term plan to crush fear. Completely. If you want a roadmap to destroy the fear forever, follow this plan. 30 days to fearless speaking days. 1 through 7. Build comfort. Speak 1 to 2 sentences to yourself daily. Record your voice, even if it's just, hello, my name is Debabu. Days 8 to 14. Add structure. Pick topics like hobbies, work, dreams. Talk for 2 to 3 minutes aloud or in video. Days 15 to 21. Practice conversations. Use apps to chat or voice call with learners. Ask and answer simple questions. Days 22 to 30. Real communication. Speak with a tutor or English speaker. Join a speaking group. Face a real situation. Ask directions. Order food. Share your opinion. At the end of these 30 days, your fear will be dramatically lower. Why? Because your brain now has evidence. I can speak English, and I don't need to be perfect.
Hi, my name is Mira. I'm 26 years old, and I'm from a small town in India. Right now, I can speak English with confidence, but it wasn't always like this. In fact, for most of my life, I was terrified of speaking English. Not just nervous, terrified. My heart would race, my hands would sweat, my brain would shut down. I want to tell you my story, not because I think I'm special, but because you might be going through the same thing. And if I could overcome that fear, you can too. My beginning. The fear was always there. I studied in a Hindi medium school. Most of our classes were in my native language. English was just one subject, like math or science. We memorized grammar rules. We filled in blanks. But we never really spoke English. At that time, I didn't even know I was afraid. I thought, okay, English is not for me. I'll just use my own language. But when I went to college, everything changed. Suddenly, my classmates were from big cities. They spoke fluent English. They discussed assignments, laughed in English, even joked with teachers. And me? I stayed silent. Every time someone looked at me and said, "What's your opinion, Mira?" my mind would scream, "Don't speak. You'll make a mistake." They'll laugh. Stay quiet. And that's what I did. I stayed silent. Not because I had nothing to say, but because I was scared to say it in English. The pain of missed opportunities. Let me tell you about one day I'll never forget. Our college had a workshop. A foreign professor from the UK came to speak. After the session, he asked the class, "Any questions?" I had a question, a really good one, but I didn't ask. I looked at him, I looked around the room, and I stayed quiet. Later, one of my classmates asked a similar question, and the professor smiled and said, "Excellent question. You're thinking deeply." I smiled on the outside, but inside I was crying. I wanted to disappear. That day I realized fear is stealing my voice. Fear is stealing my chance. The turning point after that day, I went home and stared at myself in the mirror. I said, enough is enough. I wasn't angry. I wasn't sad. I was just tired. Tired of being scared. Tired of watching life happen while I stood in the background. So I made a decision. Even if my voice shakes, I will speak. Even if I make 100 mistakes, I will speak. Even if people laugh, I will speak. I have to break this fear. I have to. My first steps, very small but powerful. The next morning, I took my first step. Step 1. I talked to myself in English, not for an hour, just for 2 minutes. I said, my name is Mira. Today is Monday. I will go to class. Simple, right? But I felt powerful. Step 2. I started using English in front of my mirror. I'd look at myself and describe anything. This is my notebook. It is red. I use it for writing. It wasn't perfect, but I was finally using my voice. Step 3. I recorded my voice. The first time I heard it, I laughed. I thought I sounded weird, but then I smiled and said, at least I'm trying. That's what matters. Daily practice became my habit. Every day I made a small rule. Say something in English, just one sentence. And slowly, things changed. I started using English words in my WhatsApp chats. I began replying in English during class roll calls. I ordered coffee in English, even if I made mistakes. My fear didn't go away suddenly, but it became smaller. Because each time I spoke, I proved to myself, I can do this. One embarrassing moment that changed me one day in college. We had group presentations. I was shaking. I had practiced my lines for 3 days. But when my turn came, I forgot everything. My mouth opened, and nothing came out. People stared. A few laughed. My professor looked confused. I felt the fear crawling back again. My mind said, see? This is why you shouldn't speak. But I took a breath, smiled, and said, I'm sorry, I got nervous. Let me try again. And this time, I did it. Not perfect, but real. People clapped. After the class, one girl came to me and said, you were brave. I also get nervous speaking English. That day, I realized everyone is scared. But speaking anyway? That's real courage. The techniques that helped me. Let me now share exactly what helped me overcome my fear. 1. Speaking alone first. I used to walk and talk. I'd say, I'm walking to college. I see a bus. The weather is hot. No one listened. No pressure. Just practice. 2. Watching English with subtitles. I watched Friends in the Office. First with subtitles, then without. I repeated their lines. I copied their tone. That helped a lot. 3. Joining an online speaking group, I found a Telegram group of learners like me. Every evening, we had voice chats. The first time, I said just one line. Hi, my name is Mira. But over time, I said full paragraphs. That gave me confidence. 4. Accepting mistakes. Earlier, if I made a mistake, I'd feel ashamed. Now, I just laugh and say, oops, I meant to say this, and move on. Where I am today, now, I can speak with foreigners. I attend interviews in English. I even gave a seminar in English last month at my workplace. Am I perfect? Number. But am I confident? Yes. Because I no longer fear English. I own it. And the most beautiful thing? I now help others who feel what I once felt. I tell them, your voice matters. Speak. Even if it's broken, speak. Even if you're scared. My final message to you, if you're still reading this, I know one thing. You want to speak English, but something is holding you back. Let me tell you something from my heart. You are not weak. You are not stupid. You are not bad at English. You are just afraid. And fear is something you can fight, with one small step at a time. Start with one sentence. Speak it aloud. Then another, and another. Let your voice become your power. Let your mistakes become your teachers. Let your journey become your victory. Because you are not just learning English. You are learning to believe in yourself